Hello. Oh my goodness. So this is the first time I'm ever using this light. This not really a ring light. It's just a giant light that's like a ring light, but not a ring. So pardon me if I don't have the lighting correct. I just got back home from watching the Survivor 50 premiere at a bar with a bunch of people and my friends and strangers, and it was awesome and cool, and my friends ended up being the only people that actually stayed for the entire episode. I guess everyone was like, this episode's like kind of long. It's like kind of an award ceremony where it's like really long and people are just wanting to get home, but I'm like, hey, I'm sat for the entire thing. And guess what? I was sat for the entire thing. But anyway, I have food that I got on the way home in the kitchen, so I was like, should I eat that and then record this? But I decided, no, I want to record it so bad. So here, okay, so I have actually the boot order. Not the boot order. I don't have anything spoiled. I actually have 0 spoilers. So I might like cut the comments on this solely because I don't want spoiled on that. I have the confessional list. And I do have a few thoughts on this. I don't really have any thoughts per se about the episode as a whole other than that I thought it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I think that the first 2 boots did not piss me off. Granted, they are not neither of the boots were people that I have in my pool. So, I'm doing good. I have 4 people out of the 24, out of the 22 that are left. I have 4 of them. I feel like that's like really pretty good odds. I have Chrissy. Love Chrissy, love you. Wish that you got a little bit more in this episode, but like whatever, that's fine. I got Angelina. Once again, wish you got a little bit more in this episode, but whatever, that's fine. I got Tiffany. She got nothing in this episode. I wish she had more. That's just straight up, not even a whatever, it's fine. That's just, she had nothing this episode. And then I have Savannah, who actually got, I feel like, quite a bit, considering she just won. She was my last pick. There's only a few people left, and like, I feel like it'd be cool if she won twice in a row. We still haven't had that happen yet. Hopefully it doesn't happen this season. There's a few people I want to win more than her, and by a few I mean quite a few. But anyway, TLDR, Ozzy getting 19 confessionals? 19! By the way, the second place person with confessionals is Savannah and Q, which is funny because those are the 2 people that I was like debating between as my last draft pick. Both have 9. Ozzy has 10 more than the second place confessional holder. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Like, sure, he got on Exile Island, which, by the way, when Exile Island was revealed, my friend and I both looked at each other like, oh my god, Exile Island is back. That's crazy. Exile Island is freaking back. That's crazy. This is just fan service this season. They're just throwing everything out there. If you can tell, I like Survivor. I like it. I think it's cool. I think Genevieve wins. I just think that I will just put my money on that right now, which is funny because she's not on my draft, but that was a pre-episode 1 thing, specifically with all the Kyle stuff. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. Jenna going first out. 1, I think it's cool. First in, first out. She says it in the episode. I think that's awesome. And then I got home and I was like, actually, I'm kind of like really sad about it. Like, nobody from Borneo is ever going to play again unless, God willing, Greg or Colleen are coming back. Every single day of my life, I hope that happens, but I know it never will. So basically, what I'm trying to say is nobody from Borneo is ever coming back to play. Ever. Like, this is it. Jenna being voted out, that means that's the end of Borneo. Borneo as a season for returners is no more. I still think Jerry's coming back, so Australia I think is fine. Granted, Colby's still playing, and I think it's gonna be good, like TBH. What else is there even to say? I'm just so like frazzled. I'm like hungry. I'm a little out of it. I'm tired. It's like post midnight. Episode is 3 hours long. Oh my god. I don't know. I just love Survivor so much. I love it so much. The episodes like this is like, oh, this is why I like Survivor. I love Survivor a lot. I like watching it in like a group setting. I like everyone sharing and laughing and everything, even though the fact that the people behind us were obviously Jonathan fans and anti-Rizzo, and I was like, like, every time Colby at the very beginning was like dissing Rizzo, they were like cheering and they were like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I was like, listen, I get not wanting to root for the person that just was on the show in season 49 as opposed to season 50. But also, It's the fact that it's this plus the fact that every time Jonathan does anything, they cheer for him. And that's when I was like, I don't mess with the people right behind me. I don't mess with that table. I'm glad that they left with an hour left of the episode. Like, are you being serious? An hour left of the episode and you're decided at a watch party to leave? That's just crazy work. That's just crazy work. I think Genevieve is leaving solely because when Kyle was like being medevaced and he said, I need someone from this tribe to win, he specifically was like with Genevieve and was like, I need you to win. I need you to win. I need you to be the winner of this season. And I can't remember exactly what was said, but the way that it was worded and the way that it was edited made me think, this kind of is giving like, maybe not winner, but finalist. Like, this is the final person from this tribe that will be carrying their torch throughout the game. People that I'm rooting for, obviously the people that I mentioned earlier that I have on my tribe, on my draft. Chrissy, Angelina, Tiffany, and Savannah. But outside of that, I mean, anybody from 37, like, come on, anybody from David versus Goliath. Are we being serious? Mike White, you're so funny and silly and charming. Christian, are you kidding me? I love you, Christian. And then, of course, Suri. Like, are we being serious? Suri. I was not scared at all about Suri ever going home. I think one of my friends was a little bit nervous about it, but I don't know. Just the way that they're marketing her, I feel like she goes far. And at the very least, even if she doesn't go far, the people in the game at least respect her enough to not vote her out first. Like, be serious. If you're on that tribe and you're like, okay, guys, we could vote out Suri first, but people are going to be pissed. People will not like this season if this happens, and I want to be on a season people like. Sorry for playing the game in a producer way, but maybe I want to be on a season that people like, and maybe I want to be on a season that people like so that I can come back later, or that people like me, because if they like the season, generally speaking, they like the people on the season as well. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the matter. Maybe I should, like, have the tribe formats, like, in front of me. I don't remember a whole lot of, like, minute specific details. When Exile Island came back, my friend and I, oh my gosh, we were gagged. The Aussie Q coach dynamic is insane. Like, those are all three major characters of the game, and they were all hanging out, and they were, like, being major characters together. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I like the episode. Turns out I like it when fun, exciting, giant personalities are on Survivor, and I like it when there's a giant crossover special event of the show that I like. Crossing over with the show that I like. And okay, let's talk about the Billie Eilish idol. The Billie Idol-ish, if you will. It's not that big of a deal. Who cares? I know in the trailer it's like, here's all these random celebrities, but my thought is, one, they're not actually there aside from Mr. Beast, who was only there because he was like already filming in Fiji due to his own show. They're not going to be in it that much. And maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe I will eat my words. But they're not going to be in the show that much. And maybe them funding the show helped it get like the live reunion. Maybe them helping fund the show is actually good for the show itself. Maybe like this will help us with the things that we like. Maybe it'll give us a longer season for 51 onward. Maybe it'll give us a longer season at all in general in the future. Maybe it'll just help us with the things that we like that are allegedly too expensive to do. That's my thought. Like, that's my thought. Like, Billie Eilish, you have a few, like, hundo grand, like, just laying around. Like, Mr. Beast, you can, like, throw a few hundo in there. Basically, all the celebrities can throw a little bit of money our way and make the Survivor show maybe better. Plus, at the very least, like, what's it do? Oh, no. The fans of the show are going to come to Survivor, and that means that that Survivor's going to be bigger. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol is cool in concept. I think it's a cool concept, and everyone's only mocking it because it has Billie Eilish in the name. If it was just the Boomerang Idol, people would be like, okay, cool, like that's a neat little twist. Whatever. That's just my thoughts. Maybe I feel like I should have written something down. I really just got home and was like, turning on my camera because it's not dead. I like Survivor. Hold on. Let me pull up the list of everybody, and I'll give you my brief thoughts. Angelina, love you, of course. Aubrey was from the period in the show that I watched very fast. So I don't have as much of an affinity for her as much as some other people do. She's fine, she's fun. I feel like earlier Aubrey is better than later Aubrey, but hey, maybe 50 can sway me, because Colby, I am swayed. I am swayed on Colby. All of his pre-show stuff, all of his pre-game stuff, kind of a lot of fun, kind of a lot of excitement. I like his thoughts. I like the way in this episode that he evolved from hating Rizzo to being like, maybe Rizzo's actually awesome and cool and funny. And he was the same age that I was, so I kind of feel that kinship with him when I played for the first time. Genevieve, of course I love Genevieve. Low-key, I think she's winning. As I said earlier, that's what I would put my money on right now. Q, I love Q. Q, I loved you from the first season. I think you're just so silly and fun, and he's just such an over-the-top personality that is just so fun and exciting to watch in a show like this. Like, oh my gosh, we watch reality TV for the exciting big personalities that clash with everyone else. That's what Q is. He's giving us television. Rizzo, I love Rizzo. He's just kind of silly little guy. Every single time he talked about Albania in season 49, I was getting misty-eyed and tearing up and crying a little. So I can't help but root for him. R-I-Z-G-O-D, Rizgod, baby. Plus, I think it's cool that the people on the show haven't actually seen him or Savannah play. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But Stephanie's kind of like my first take it or leave it pick. Like, I wouldn't have been upset not seeing her. I just saw her on the Traitors in season 1, which is pretty recent, or not that recent, but fairly recent in terms of Survivor. So, like, I see you, which means it's like, okay, you're on my television, I'm getting my fill, we're done, we're good. Charlie, pass. Chrissy, my love, Chrissy, oh my gosh, I actually have high hopes for Chrissy. I don't know, you look at the past All-Star season winners, a lot of them are women from seasons that people don't really regard too well. So, actually, I take that back. Some of the seasons people regard very well. But most of them are women from seasons that are not, like, right before the season that they're playing again on. But, like, oh, it's, like, from a little bit before that. And I feel like because there's been such a long gap in between the last time non-winners were eligible, that she, like, still qualifies as, it's been a few seasons ago, like, that she played, and whatever. I like Chrissy. I'm rooting for her. I feel like she has a decent shot. Coach, he's television gold. What can you say? I was at my friend's house this weekend, and their brother was like, I'm going to turn on some Survivor, like, recaps and stuff, because I'm really excited for 50, and we watched a Coach recap, and he's just funny. He's just a funny guy. He's a silly, stupid character. He's not going to win, but every time he's on screen, by God, it's television. D, I like D. Good winner. I would be excited to see her more. She's not someone that I necessarily need to see again, as with all the winners on this season. My exception being Savannah, solely because I think it would eat a lot if someone wins back-to-back. But that's it. We'll get to that when we get to that. Jonathan, he's like my Charlie. He's like Charlie, except I like him a little bit more. I don't care about Charlie at all. Sorry, the only part of Charlie that was interesting is the fact that the Maria connection, the betrayal aspect of it all. And guess what? She's not here, so I don't care about Charlie. Womp womp womp. I don't care about Jonathan. Womp womp womp. But at least he's like over the top in a funny way, like, oh, you can never win. But he's on the same tribe as Chrissy, so if he like helps that tribe win, then Chrissy's good. Chrissy's making merge. We're fine. We're good. We're golden. Camilla, I like Camilla. I really don't have a whole lot to say. I like Camilla. I like the secret alliance with Kyle aspect of it all. Now, obviously, Kyle is gone. So I feel like she actually has a lot of room to grow, especially with the Kyle medevac situation. Mike, love Mike. Are we kidding? I love Mike. Mike is the one that when I saw the promo for season 50 for the first time and I saw his confessional, I started getting misty-eyed because I thought, wow, I love Mike. He's so funny. He's the kind of person that I will watch clips from just for fun. I use his like reactions of drinking while everyone else is looking for the little ladder just in my daily life. I think he's fun. Maybe I should actually watch The White Lotus. I feel like maybe this season is somehow relevant to maybe the next season of The White Lotus or maybe the last few seasons. I don't know. I just like Mike White. I think he's cool and I think he's funny. And god dang it, I like the Emoji Movie. I actually don't. But maybe I'll rewatch it because of Mike White. Maybe because of you, buddy. Maybe I'll rewatch it and pretend like I like it because I like you enough. Tiffany, she's on my tribe, so she's on my draft tribe. I don't know. I'm rooting for her. They did not give us a lot of Tiffany this episode. One confessional. Are you being serious? Christian, love you, Christian. You're one of my favorites. Ever. The second there was this All-Star season announced, I knew you would be on it, and I thought, if he's not on it, I will be upset because I love him so much. Of course he's going to be on it. Sari, once again, I'm a little bit surprised she's back just because she's done so much. But, like, come on, it's Sari. I want her to win. She should win. This season feels like it's built for her to win, and I feel like the fact that she was almost eliminated in this episode, like, harkens back to her first season where she was almost eliminated in episode 1 and then made it, like, super far. So I feel like maybe they were just pretending with all that just to, like, give us a nice little full circle moment. Who's next? We have Emily. Love Emily. Loved her on season 45. Excited to see her back. She didn't give us a whole lot this episode, but, like, whatever. I feel like everyone that we didn't get a lot of this episode is just going to get a lot of stuff later on. It doesn't feel like they're not getting a lot of stuff because they're not getting a lot of stuff. No one's getting purpled. Like, let's be real. No one's getting purpled here. We have Joe. Boring, I guess. He's like Jonathan, except I have less feelings about him. He, like, exists less in my mind than Jonathan. Like, I don't know. Whatever. I guess it works out that they brought so many 48 people back, considering Kyle was medevac, but whatever. Ozzy. I like Ozzy. I think it's fun that he's back. Is he going to give us a lot of great strategy? Probably not. Is he going to give us a lot of confessionals? Obviously so. 19. That's crazy. Second place, 9. I know I already mentioned that. I'm saying it again. I don't know. I just like him. I think he's cool. I like a lot of, like, the old school legends coming back. And just having, like, here's old school legends, here's a bunch of stuff, and they're all cramming it together, and we're going to have an episode, and we're going to see how all these giant personalities work out on the beach, and it's going to be fun. So Ozzy, I think, definitely deserves his spot back. Rick Devens. I like Rick Devens. I think he's a lot of fun. Maybe it's because I don't have as much negativity towards Edge of Extinction. Maybe it's because I binged it all, like, in a little bit, as opposed to watching it week to week. Maybe it's because, like, just thinking of it, like, later. Like, I like Samoa a lot as well. Just, like, thinking of it later as a story being told as opposed to a reality TV event happening like a game. I think it makes it feel better just because I think the Chris Underwood win just was very satisfying, like, storytelling-wise. Like, I think it's very clever, everything that they did in the edit with that and Samoa to make it a nice story to watch unfold. Maybe not the best game that happens, but I don't know. Anyway, what were we talking about? Chris Underwood? Sorry, Rick Devens. I like him. I think he's silly, and I think that the Rick Devens and Christian Hubicki link up was very nice and cool and emotional. And just the fact that he was, like, hugging on him as they were walking, I was like, oh my gosh, need. We have Savannah. She is the last person on my tribe. And I think it'd be cool if she wins, solely because back-to-back. Shrug. And if she wins, that means that the first person voted out was the earliest, season 1, and then the winner would be season 49, so it would encompass the entirety of the franchise. And I think that would be kind of cool. And Danganronpa spoilers, but one of my friends is like, I don't think for reasons. And I feel like if you have played the entirety of the Danganronpa franchise, maybe you know where I'm going with this. But that's the last bit that I will say regarding that. If you're that curious, find me on, like, Twitter or something, and I'll respond and I'll DM you. But so we have our 2 boots. We have Kyle. Actually, let's go bottom to top. We have Jenna, which is crazy that she was voted out. But, like, as opposed to Sari, sorry, Jenna, you gotta go. I think it's very sad. Actually, I was, like, fine with it. I didn't really care for her. She was, like, someone that I was not super excited to see back. But I got home after watching the episode, and I was getting sad. I was like, this is her last opportunity to play. Like, she's never getting invited back again. This is it. This is her last season, and she was eliminated first, and it's just kind of sad. No one from Borneo is ever coming back, other than maybe Greg and Colleen, if they decide to come back because they're so young. But they're never coming back. They hate Survivor. That's not something that's in the cards. And by God, I wish it was in the cards. And we have Kyle, who I really like Kyle, but if someone had to be medevaced, I mean, hey, a winner from 2 seasons ago, I mean, I feel like I couldn't be too upset. Like, if I was him, I'd be like, well, I mean, I wanted less than a year ago. Like, what do you want from me? Like, whatever. I tried my best. I went back down to help. Who was it? Was it Rick Devens? Not Rick Devens. Who was it? He was trying to help somebody. It was Colby. He was trying to help Colby up. And then that's when, like, the Achilles tendon thing happened, and it was just a whole thing. I don't know. Obviously, it's upsetting. I like him as a person. He's cool. But, I mean, I wouldn't be upset with any of the winners going out early, especially because there's only 3. It's like a weird thing. It's not like it's like, here's a tribe of winners and here's the other tribes. By the way, I am not sure if I believe the randomized tribes. I don't know if they like tried to sell that it was randomized or if everyone was getting something with their name on it that I just didn't see their name. But all the 37ers being 1 on each tribe, and like it didn't seem like there was anybody that like had crazy history with one another that was on each tribe together. I don't know. I would be surprised if it randomized out this way. But that's just me. Anyway, I like Survivor. I'm excited for this show. Even if Mr. Beast is going to be on it, I'm still excited for the rest of it. I like Jeff. Sorry. Do I think that the show is family friendly? Yes, I think it's always been family friendly. I watched season 26 as a kid with my family as it aired. Not 26, 23. Do I think that was the best season to watch with the family? I don't know if the cult season was that great to watch with the family as their first exposure to reality television. But I had a good time as a kid who was like, why aren't there more challenges? I'm confused by all the talking. Why is this happening? But they're lying about this and I'm confused. I'm probably going to talk about the show every week. I love Survivor, and I think season 50 is really exciting. It's an all-star season that I get to watch live. Oh my gosh, this is the first time this is happening. I mean, I guess unless you count Survivor 23, which had some returnees on it. But in terms of all-star full casts, this is the first time that this happens. Oh my gosh. And it's fun and exciting, and maybe it'll actually make me upload videos more frequently than once a month. It's been a month since my last video. Isn't that wild? Despite the fact that I have multiple more recorded coming up soon. But anyway, I like Survivor. I want to talk about Survivor with people, but I'm not going to have any comments on because I'm scared of getting the boot order spoiled. I don't want it. Don't tell me about it. If you want to talk to me about the show in a normal way, having not known anything about the future, you can still hit me up in other places elsewhere. But Survivor. Is there anything else that I should talk about? I mean, the Tetris challenge was crazy. I just watched like an Instagram reel or something about a bunch of random people playing the Tetris game, and then this Survivor challenge ended up being that exact game. I was like, whoa. Oh my goodness. The Savannah Colby game. Wow. Savannah and Colby, that's such a cool duo. That's such a cool duo. The most recent winner versus, at the time of that challenge being played, the earliest person in Survivor history to be on the season. Idiots. I don't know. I think Colby's cool. I think Colby's way cooler than he was in Heroes Villains. I feel like he's actually put in the effort. Speaking of which, Mike White was ripped. And I knew that everyone was saying he was ripped before the show, but I didn't realize they were going to have a whole segment of the show dedicated to him being ripped. Wow. I wish that I had like a live feed that I can like answer questions about the show and be like this and this and this. But, oh well, I guess that's what... Maybe I'll have the comments open. Just if you have the boot order spoiled, don't tell me. Please don't. Please don't. It'll make me so sad. If you have the boot order spoiled and you say it, I'm not going to make more videos because that's going to ruin my experience. Anyway, I don't know. I'm really hungry for that burger that's in my kitchen. I've been reading Escape by Stephen Fishbach, which is in my other room, Fishback. It's just in another room. So I don't have a copy of it, but just know. Just imagine this is my copy. Stephen Fishback, Escape. I'm like halfway through. I have thoughts. I definitely have thoughts on it, and I'm liking a lot of it. I'm not liking some of it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll discuss it in a little bit of a future book video. Oh my gosh, we love book vlogs. But I like Survivor. I like Survivor. Survivor season 50. Wow, season 50, landmark season. Crazy work. I have my recording of the boots, and just I have my audio recording of the whole thing, so I'll comb through that, see if there's anything interesting. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Oh my gosh. Survivor. I love it when people get voted out of a show. I love it when there's a lot of people and then it runs down to one person. I kind of like it. I think it's cool. I don't know if you could like that or tell if I like that based on any of the media that I care about. Also, I had my necklace on that was a star that I wore specifically because it was All Stars Day. Oh my gosh. In the hands of the fans. People really got to be voting better. Live show at least. I think we have the live show confirmed, so at least we have that. I really wish that we could vote on whether or not Jeff has a cool little, oh, I'm going on this thing, I'm going on this plane, I'm skydiving out of this plane, and I'm landing in the helicopter, and I'm skydiving out of the helicopter, and I'm landing on a buoy in the middle of the ocean, and I'm gonna like ski dive all the way over to the place in LA. I'm tired. I'm really tired if you can't tell. Thanks for listening to this video. Thanks for talking with me about Survivor. I'm gonna go eat my hamburger with cheese, a cheeseburger. Don't worry, I'm not a freak. Listen to some rap. The wrap up of the season premiere, and then maybe I'll go. Actually, I have some thoughts on the things that they say, and then maybe I'll make more of this. I'm kidding. If I have anything else to say, I'll talk about it next week. I'm really tired, if you can't tell. I'm tired. I want to eat. I want to listen to people talk about Survivor. Thanks for watching. Oh my gosh, I love Survivor. Survivor. Thanks to the bar that I was at for putting on that event. I say event. It was just, they put Survivor on the telly. They had a big TV and they put it on there and they blasted up the volume loud and most people left except for my friends and I, who stayed for the whole thing. We stayed for the whole 3-hour premiere. By the way, it didn't feel like it was 3 hours. Like, on one hand, it felt like it was 3 hours, but on the other hand, it really didn't. Like, when we got to the first elimination, I was like, whoa, there's still an hour left. That's crazy. But by the time we were leaving, I was like, it really only felt like this was like a 1 hour episode, TBH. Like, oh well. I just like a lot of the characters on this season. I like them a lot so much. And I'm excited to see more. It is going to be absolutely heartbreaking and brutal for more eliminations. I'm not looking forward to that. Like, the first episode, the episode started and we get like a half hour in and I'm like, there's gonna be elimination tonight. Like, I'm not ready for that. I don't want that to happen. I just want episode 1 to be a nice 3-hour filler, for lack of a better term, of everyone meeting each other and hanging out, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's an exciting crossover event. Anyway, give us some more All-Star seasons. I'm not asking for a lot. Just like, don't make us wait so long for the next one. Okay? You hear me? Anyway, I'll see you next week for more Survivor. Or maybe not. If nobody cares about this, maybe I'll never talk about Survivor again in my life. But I think it'd be fun to talk about Survivor. Anyway, rooting for you, Suri. Rooting for you, Christian. Rooting for you, Chrissy, Angelina, Tiffany, and Savannah. That's my tribe. But there's a few other people that I wouldn't mind winning as well. Anyway, Charlie is not on that list. So, anyway, bye. Oh my gosh, Survivor. Wow. I love watching Survivor. Oh my gosh. Ah, cue the sun. Cue. Christmas is canceled. Cue the sun.